Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to keep stuff secure within the iDrive or your common drive at your school. Um, Obviously, the iDrive is a good place for certain things that you need to get to immediately, but one of the problems is that nothing that's in there is safe because everybody has access to all the folders. I'm going to show you today how to create a folder within the iDrive that you can choose permissions on and keep protected. So here's an example of an iDrive, the one that we use here, and you can see there's lots and lots of folders in it. We're going to create a new folder, and we'll just call it My Folder. Okay. And once that folder's been created, what we can do is right-click on the folder, go to the Properties tab right here, and then click on Securities tab right here on the top next to General. Okay. And we're then going to click the Advanced feature down here at the bottom. And we're going to want to change permissions by clicking the Change Permissions button right here. Okay. You'll see there's a little check mark here that says Include inheritable permissions from this object's parent. You want to uncheck that box because that's telling the system that you don't want this folder to have the same permissions all the rest of the folders in the iDrive have. So once you get your Windows security warning here, just go ahead and click Add. Don't click Remove. Click Add. Okay. And now we want to look at who has access to these folders here. Right. So right now, right, everybody has access to these folders as it stands. What you want to do is go down this list and find the name that has the first two letters here, which are going to be the name of your site, in this case DO. Yours might be, CR or LF or DV or something. All right, and domain user. Click on that permission, and you want to remove it, because this is telling the system you don't want everyone to have access to this folder. You just want certain people to have access to the folder. Okay. Now, once that's removed, what you can do is you can now click Add, and you can find your name. So in the box it says Enter the object name to select. You want to type in your login name or your user ID, in which case mine is C, and then click the Check Names button right here and find your name. There's mine. Okay, once it shows back up with a line underneath it, that means that the system has recognized that user, knows who it is, and you can click OK, and you're going to get your permissions box popped up right here, permission entry for my folder. Since you are the creator of the folder, you want to get full control over all these features. Don't click anything in the deny field, just click everything in the allow field here. All right, and click OK. That makes you the full owner of that folder. All right, so now everyone has the ability to read and execute within that folder, but only you have the full control to, for example, move the folder or relocate the folder or copy the folder. All right, now this next part's very important because you'll notice that students aren't anywhere on here. If you want to create a folder in the iDrive that your students can access, you've got to add them to the permissions list. So what you want to do is go ahead and click the Add button again. And now you want to type in students. So for example, you want the two-letter designation for your site. In this case, my site's Lawfer, so I'm going to put LF and then dash students. Again, I'm checking my names, and it recognizes it because it underlines it right there. So now all my Lawfer students can also get into that folder along with me. All right, now I don't want to give them the same complete permissions that I have, all right, but I do want them to traverse the folder. I want them to be able to read it. I want them to be able to create subfolders or subfiles, write attributes. I don't want them to be able to delete stuff, so I'm going to leave that unchecked. Read permissions. and OK. So now my students have special permissions, but they don't have full control the way that I do. Okay. Now, if we want to make it just available to us and our students and no one else, we can then click on the Everyone tab here, remove everyone else, and now only the teacher and the students can get into that file. Click OK when you're done. And now that folder is protected. Only I can get into it and my students can get into it. No one else can move it or relocate it. So that's one way that you can keep stuff safe within your iDrive so that it can't be deleted or moved. Now your students will still have the ability to get into it, but they won't have the ability to delete it. So stay tuned for more information on keeping your files safe.